Just don't let us look stupid.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Have you ever made milkshakes out of snow? If I was a rider, I'd be dangerous.
Time to go back to school, and we're taking it to the Midwest to Northwestern. And one of the schools participating in the NFCA Division I Leadoff Classic this weekend in Clearwater, Florida. And Kate Drohan's Northwestern squad is going to be busy once they get down there.
No joke.
Because
coming at you.
they're playing 5 games in 3 days. Opening the season with an exclamation point, Kate. You got to be excited to get things underway here this weekend.
No doubt, no doubt. Thanks for having me on, guys. But our team is excited. We're excited to leave the beautiful weather here in Chicago and hit the field.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. Talk about this event. I mean, there are some really storied programs that are getting together with this thing, and I know that your season isn't particularly long, so these are probably important games for you over the weekend.
Yeah, this is not like a spring training kind of event. You know, nobody's easing into this. We've got a World Series matchup on day 1 with Texas, you know, and before that, we're going to face a very, very athletic South Alabama team. So you've got to be ready to go. You got to be ready to hit the ground running. You know, but we're going to learn quickly what we need to get our eyes on and how we can get a little bit better.
So you are in a cold weather state, cold weather area. Do you have indoor facilities? Tell us a little bit about how you're getting ready to go down to the warm weather.
Yeah, you know, Northwestern's made a tremendous investment in our indoor training facilities, specifically to softball. So we can go live. Our catchers, pitchers, infielders get a lot of really great live at-bats. And then we've got Ryan Fieldhouse over on the lake, which is where we can have a full-on field. So our team feels prepared, but we're still excited about some dirt.
I set you up for that because I've seen your facilities. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. Hey, one thing I noticed, though, in looking at some of the notes about your program, you and your twin sister run the program? Is that right?
Yeah. So when I got the head job in 2001, it took me about 2 months to convince Northwestern to let me hire Carol. She runs our offense. She's a tremendous offensive mind, and she works a lot with our teaching across all parts of our sport. But we have a lot of fun together. We're really different, you know, but it's fun to be able to work side by side with her and go on this journey with her.
You got to be a little different, no doubt. And I'm wondering, just as a player who had different coaches or whatnot, there's always that one coach you go to. So which one of the kids run to you or her for the comfort? Where are they going?
It's different. You know, we connect a little bit differently with all of them, but she's definitely the fun one. You know, I'm not too proud to admit that. She's definitely the fun one of the group.
Hey, talk about your team a little bit, Kate, because in reading some notes and getting ready to visit with you, your catcher pops off the page for sure. And I don't know that every fan is aware of the fact that Rawlings presents Gold Gloves in softball as well, and your catcher was honored with that award.
You know, when Rawlings made that announcement in conjunction with the NFCA, we were so excited because everybody loves that award. You know, it's coveted by Major League Baseball players. It was a big deal for Jordan to be the first ever catcher named for the Gold Glove. She is a competitor. She's a ball player, and she's just so solid behind the plate. And I think that's what allows our pitchers to have so much success.
I got 2 questions that are kind of intriguing me. One, a high-end education school, so recruiting. How do you go about recruiting the athletes, and how do you get them to a Northwestern level?
You know, we're serious about our academics and across the board. We need to find women who are really dialed into that education and that part of collegiate experience. So it definitely narrows our pool, but I also think it makes us really attractive. You know, our women graduate and are set for life. You know, they have a really clear plan on what they want to do now and what they want to do in 10 years. So the mentoring and the networking that we provide, along with a top 10 softball program right now, I think it's been a lot of fun.
Is the balance, just to tack on Carol's question,
yeah, that's good.
The balance between the classroom and the field different now as compared to when you played? And for folks watching, you were a biology major at Providence in the early 90s. I mean, there was some academia happening in your playing career as well. But is it more difficult now or about the same?
Well, that organic chemistry is really serving me well on the softball field right now.
Your parents are like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
It was a really smart move on my part. But, I think the demands on our women now are serious, right? We have a great staff with our academic services, and our professors are awesome. And the thing is our women are really invested. And so, you've got to prioritize. I do think it's demanding in terms of our travel and just the amount of national attention our sport has gotten. But I think they do a really graceful job of balancing both, and they work for it. But I'm really proud of the work that they do on the field and in the classroom.
Just on that education point, I think it's so different now being a parent and really being understanding of where we're at. I grew up in a household that had a brother go to Stanford, had a brother go to Oregon. And when he went to Stanford, we're like, they're not any good. Why are you going to Stanford? We didn't understand the education component at all. But I know my kids know immediately how important that is. Is it a total generational thing now where kids understand the classroom a little bit more than maybe we did?
I think so. I think we just know a lot more about everything now, just with social media and how much more we're exposed to things. But, we are who we are, and we need to find women who are serious about learning. And we're really fortunate that we've got a great group right now who are really dialed in.
Hey, give us some cultural insights into the program, because you've been there for such a long time, and I'm sure they're a reflection of some of your tastes. For example, when you're traveling to Clearwater this weekend for this big tournament, is it first-class travel? Is it bus? Is it airplane? Are you wearing tracksuits? Does everybody have headphones on? What's that experience like for your team?
It's a big part of our team kind of gelling and coming together. We are on an airplane. We're flying commercial down there. We're really enjoying each other. And I just left practice here to jump on. And our team's just really excited to get together and get on the field again. We had a great run to finish last year, and they're excited to keep this going.
Is there a pregame meal the way college football travels before the tournament starts, or is everybody on their own and then you just show up on game day?
No, food is very, very important. And I told them 2 days ago, I said, I want our food to bring them so much joy. So that might be the most important decision that we make all weekend is where we're getting our next meal.
Oh, that's good. Food does bring you joy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Every time I'm in for a 7th or 8th taco, that's the excuse that I make. It brings me joy.
I always ask this question to all the coaches. I'm a recruitable athlete right now. What's your spiel to me? Why would I come play for you?
Well, we talked about it. This is a place where you don't have to compromise in any area. We're a team that's been to the World Series 6 times. We play really high-level softball. We're going to develop you to be the best player you can be. We're teachers, definitely. Our staff is definitely focused on development. And then you're going to get a one-of-a-kind education, and so that's what we say. If you want it all, this is a place where you've got to come, but you've got to be willing to work for it.
Yeah, I love that. Hey, one other thing real quick. You were the president for 3 years, for 3 terms, for the NFCA. And I'm asking this question because the sport, in my mind, has really grown. What did you see in your 3-year term as a president?
So our executive director, Carol Bruggeman, just organizing this event alone and getting these top-level teams to come down the first weekend of the year, it just shows you just kind of what vision she has and how hard she's worked to elevate our sport. And I think the second thing is just the publicity and the exposure that we have and how much we've grown on TV. I think that's made us really relevant within our own communities, within our own campuses. So that's where we've seen tremendous growth. And then on the flip side, at the grassroots level, we've got a great push from there too. So our sport's in a really healthy place, but I think we've got a lot of motivated people who just want to keep this growth trajectory going.
How much do you and your twin look alike?
I may have been able to put her on here, and you guys wouldn't have known the difference.
Oh, wow. Man.
That's incredible.
And she would have been far more entertaining.
Oh, no. Those poor first-year players. I mean, my goodness. Until you can figure out twins, you don't know whether to,
Amazing.
Wind your watch or chew gum.
Kate, this was fun. Thank you.
Hey, we appreciate the visit. Kate Drohan from Northwestern joining us. Good luck to you and your team in Clearwater this weekend and all season long.
Appreciate it. Great seeing you guys, and go Cats.
Kate. Thanks.